As you get older, your legs weaken first, often long before you even feel it. It starts silently. A little stiffness when you stand, a little hesitation on the stairs, and then suddenly you're off balance, unsure, or even afraid to walk without support. For many older adults, this loss of leg strength leads to something far more serious: a fall. And falls are the number one cause of traumatic injury and death among seniors. But here's the truth: it doesn't have to be that way. There are small, natural changes you can make to help restore your strength. And today, we're going to talk about one of the simplest and most overlooked tools: baking soda water. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can a glass of water with a little baking soda possibly help your legs? Isn't that just another quick fix claim? That's exactly why I had to make this video. There are too many voices online giving shallow advice without understanding the body's real needs. This isn't about hype, it's about understanding the chemistry of aging, how muscle loss really happens, and how something as ordinary as baking soda can support balance, muscle function, and confidence with every step you take. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Seniors, your legs weaken. First, drink baking soda water like this to strengthen them. As we age, most of us focus on the obvious signs of getting older: our memory slipping a bit, our eyes growing tired, our joints creaking in the morning. But there's one silent change that happens even earlier, long before we notice it. Our legs begin to weaken. Quietly, gradually, and often irreversibly, unless we act. This isn't just about walking slower or needing to sit more often. Weak legs are the earliest warning sign of lost independence. They signal the beginning of a chain reaction that leads to some of the most devastating outcomes for seniors. When your legs weaken, your balance deteriorates. You become more likely to fall. And falls, especially for those over 65, are not just accidents. They're life-changing events. A simple fall can lead to a fractured hip. From there, things often spiral downward: loss of mobility, hospitalization, long-term care, and even death. Studies show that nearly 1 in 2 seniors who break their hip die within a year. And for those who survive, over 60% never regain their full independence again. They lose not just their strength, but also their freedom, their daily routines, and often their dignity. But why do the legs weaken first? It's not just age, it's inactivity. The leg muscles, especially the quadriceps, are some of the most powerful muscles in the body, but they are also the most vulnerable to atrophy when not regularly used or supported. In fact, just 30 days of bed rest can cause the same level of muscle loss as 30 years of sedentary living. That's how fast it happens. And yet, many people don't notice until it's too late. One day you're avoiding stairs, the next you're using a walker. But the truth is, you have more control than you think. You can slow this process. You can even reverse it, not with extreme workouts, but with smart, intentional choices. Choices that support both your muscles and the nervous system that powers them. That's where the conversation gets interesting, because while exercise is vital, what you put inside your body matters just as much, if not more. What if there was a simple, affordable, natural remedy you could drink each morning to reduce inflammation, support muscle function, and improve nerve signaling? Something found right in your kitchen cabinet? Yes, I'm talking about baking soda water, and the science behind it might just surprise you. Let me show you how it works and why thousands of older adults are quietly adding it to their daily routine. This simple drink may hold the key to stronger legs and a stronger life. Let's take a closer look. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Baking soda water, not just a simple drink. We often think of powerful remedies as expensive or complicated, pills with long names, or treatments only found in high-end clinics. But sometimes, nature offers us a solution that's been quietly waiting on our pantry shelf, overlooked and underestimated. One such remedy is baking soda water, a simple, inexpensive drink that holds surprising potential for seniors seeking to strengthen their legs and reclaim their vitality. Baking soda, known scientifically as sodium bicarbonate, has long been used in households for everything from cleaning to calming heartburn. But few people realize how this humble white powder can affect our muscular and nervous systems, especially as we age. When mixed properly with water and consumed mindfully, it becomes more than a home remedy. It becomes a tool for resilience. As we grow older, our bodies accumulate low-grade inflammation, particularly in muscles and joints. This chronic inflammation doesn't always scream, it whispers. It slows us down, stiffens our movements, and drains the energy that once carried us upstairs with ease. More importantly, it interferes with the way our muscles communicate with our brain, a vital connection that keeps us steady, balanced, and strong. Baking soda helps fight back. Its natural alkalinity allows it to neutralize excess acid in the body, which is often produced during physical activity and builds up faster in aging muscles. This acidity, especially in overworked or undersupported leg muscles, leads to fatigue, cramps, and eventually atrophy. By calming this internal environment, baking soda water helps your body recover more efficiently from daily movement. For someone over 60, that small shift can mean the difference between walking with confidence or with caution. But there's more. Sodium bicarbonate also plays a role in preserving nerve function. Every step we take, every time we rise from a chair or catch our balance, our brain sends precise electrical signals to the legs. Inflammation and acid buildup can slow or distort those signals. Drinking baking soda water has been shown to support nerve conductivity, helping restore the natural rhythm between mind and muscle. And perhaps most powerfully of all, it supports electrolyte balance, helping your body hold on to essential minerals like potassium and magnesium. These minerals are crucial for proper muscle contraction and relaxation. And when they're out of balance, the legs can feel weak, uncoordinated, or prone to trembling. Baking soda doesn't replace these minerals, but it creates the internal stability that allows them to work more effectively. Of course, this isn't magic, it's not a cure all, but it's a meaningful science backed practice that costs next to nothing and has helped countless older adults feel more stable, steady, and strong. Just a simple glass in the morning, done properly, can become a quiet form of self care, an act of dignity and strength. But how exactly does this work in the body? Why does a little powder in a glass of water create such a noticeable shift in energy, recovery, and leg function? The answer lies in the chemistry of aging, acidity, and how your body regulates balance from the inside out. And it's more fascinating than you might think. Let's take a deeper look at the science that makes baking soda so unexpectedly powerful. 3. Why baking soda works. At first glance, it seems almost too simple, a pinch of white powder dissolved in a glass of water. But when you understand how the body works, especially as it ages, you begin to see why baking soda water can be a quiet ally in the battle to preserve strength, balance, and independence. As we age, something shifts inside us, slowly, subtly, and often without warning. our bodies, which once adapted so effortlessly to movement, become more fragile. We lose muscle, not just from lack of use, but from internal conditions that favor breakdown over rebuilding. One of those hidden culprits is excess acid in the body. Now, this isn't about stomach acid or indigestion. It's about the microscopic buildup of metabolic acid in our tissues, particularly in the muscles. Every time you move, your body burns energy, and this natural process releases lactic acid and other byproducts. In youth, your body clears them easily, but in later years, recovery slows, and that acid lingers, creating a low-level burn that can cause fatigue, tightness, even long-term inflammation in your legs. That's where baking soda steps in. Sodium bicarbonate acts as a buffer, helping to neutralize this acidic environment. It's like giving your muscles a breath of fresh air, a moment of relief from the stress they carry. For seniors whose muscles are already fighting to stay strong, this buffer can create the conditions necessary for repair instead of constant decline. But it doesn't stop at the muscles. Acid and inflammation also interfere with nerve signaling, the invisible thread between your brain and your body. Your brain might say, step forward, but the message arrives slower or fuzzier than it should. That's when balance falters. That's when falls happen. By gently alkalizing the body, baking soda water helps restore clarity to that signal. It's not just about strength, it's about coordination, timing, and control. These are the hidden skills that keep us steady on our feet and safe from injury. Moreover, baking soda supports electrolyte retention. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at holding on to minerals like potassium and magnesium, both essential for smooth, responsive muscle function. These minerals are like the spark plugs of your muscle engine. Without them, things sputter. Baking soda doesn't replace those nutrients, but it helps create the right internal conditions for them to do their job properly. This is why baking soda water, though simple, has such wide-reaching effects. It doesn't just treat symptoms, it helps restore balance in a system that's slowly tipping with age. It offers a kind of biological support that modern medicine rarely discusses, but which many seniors can feel after just a few weeks of consistent use. Still, like anything powerful, how you use it matters. The right dose, the right timing, and the right precautions can make the difference between a helpful habit and an unwanted side effect. So, how exactly should seniors prepare and use baking soda water to ensure it strengthens rather than strains the body? Let's walk through the method that makes it safe and effective for everyday use. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. How to drink baking soda water the right way for older adults. Knowing that something can help you is one thing. Knowing how to use it safely and effectively, especially as we age, is another matter entirely. Baking soda water, while gentle and natural, is still a tool of chemistry, and like all tools, it must be handled with intention and respect. For seniors, our bodies are more sensitive, not just to medications, but to everything we put inside. The kidneys work a bit slower, the digestive system processes things more gradually, and even small imbalances in minerals or pH can have larger effects than they once did. That's why the way you drink baking soda water matters. And when done right, it can become a daily ritual of renewal rather than a source of risk. It begins with dosage. Many people assume that if a little is good, more must be better. But that's not true here. For older adults, the right amount is modest, measured, and consistent. Just 1/4 teaspoon of pure baking soda stirred into a full glass of lukewarm water, about 8 ounces, is all your body needs. This small dose can gently support your body's internal balance without overloading your kidneys or sodium levels. Timing is equally important. The best time to drink this is in the morning on an empty stomach, about 30 minutes before eating. Why? Because this is when your body is most receptive and when the alkaline effect can work most efficiently without interference from digestion. It's also when your muscles and nerves are waking up, making it an ideal moment to support them. Consistency is where the real magic happens. Drinking baking soda water once isn't a cure, it's a message. Drinking it 5 days a week with 2 days of rest becomes a conversation with your body. It says, I care about balance. I'm choosing to support you today. This kind of small, loving repetition is what allows natural remedies to work, not by forcing change, but by inviting the body to restore itself. That said, there are people who should approach this more cautiously. If you have chronic kidney disease, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or are on a strict low sodium diet, this practice may not be right for you. It's always wise to consult a healthcare professional who understands both your medications and your goals before beginning any new routine. Safety must come first, especially when the goal is long-term vitality. But for many seniors, this simple drink becomes a doorway. It reconnects us to a sense of control, something often lost in the aging process. It's not a prescription, it's not a treatment. It's a gesture of self respect, a way of saying, I'm still taking care of this body, I still choose strength. Yet, even a good practice needs support. Baking soda water works best when combined with daily habits that nourish the body: movement, quality nutrition, calm sleep, and connection. So, what else should you be doing each day to keep your legs strong and your life steady? Let's explore the everyday lifestyle changes that make a powerful difference. 5. Pair it with the right habits to keep your legs strong. Drinking baking soda water is a powerful beginning, but like any true transformation, it doesn't happen in isolation. The truth is, no single drink, food, or supplement can stand alone when it comes to restoring the strength, balance, and confidence that aging often erodes. Your body, your muscles, your nerves, they are part of a vast, interconnected system. And if you truly want to strengthen your legs and reclaim your steadiness, you must build that strength from every angle. Start with movement, not the kind that pushes or punishes, but the kind that honors your body where it is. Just a simple practice: standing up from a chair 10 times in the morning, taking short, gentle walks, even inside your home, moving your ankles in circles while watching the news. Every small motion tells your legs they are still needed, and that message alone can help slow the process of muscle loss. The legs especially respond to use, and they suffer in stillness. Then there's nutrition. Muscle isn't built from motion alone, it's built from the raw materials we provide. That means high quality proteins like eggs, yogurt, fish, and legumes. It means leafy greens that carry magnesium and potassium, and antioxidant rich berries that protect nerves from damage. It means avoiding sugar and ultra processed foods that silently inflame the body and steal your energy. Don't overlook hydration and sleep. Dehydrated muscles cramp and fatigue quickly. A tired brain loses balance faster than a rested one. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your muscles repair, your nerves recalibrate, and your body restores its internal order. Every good habit supports another. They work like a chorus, not a solo. But the most overlooked habit of all may be presence. The gentle act of paying attention to how your legs feel when you walk, to the strength it takes to lift a cup of tea, to the joy of standing without help. This kind of presence creates a quiet discipline. It turns healthy choices into routines, and routines into resilience. Strengthening your legs is not about becoming who you were at 30. It's about choosing who you are at 70 or 80 or 90 and standing tall in that truth. So, yes, drink your baking soda water. Do it with care, with consistency, and with kindness toward yourself. But surround it with habits that speak the same language: movement, nourishment, rest, and awareness. That's where real change lives, not in a single act, but in the pattern of how we live. And yet, behind all of this, there's something even more profound to consider. What if reclaiming the strength in your legs isn't just about avoiding a fall? What if it's about walking towards something greater? Your independence, your freedom, your ability to live life on your own terms, no matter your age? Because while your legs may weaken first, they can also lead the way back. Let's talk about what that future could look like and how you can take the first confident step toward it. 6. A real example of how this works. Let me introduce you to someone who reminds me of what's possible at any age. Her name is Eleanor, a 74-year-old widow living in Oregon. Like many seniors, she didn't think too much about her legs until one day she stood up too quickly and nearly collapsed. That moment, small but terrifying, made her realize just how much strength she had quietly lost over the years. She'd always been fairly active, gardening, attending church, walking her dog, but over time her legs began to feel shaky. Her knees ached after even short walks, and her confidence on stairs faded. Her doctor mentioned sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, but offered little beyond vague suggestions to be careful and stay active. No clear plan, no guidance. That's when Eleanor decided to take things into her own hands. Her granddaughter had seen a video about baking soda water and sent it to her. Skeptical but curious, Eleanor gave it a try. She began drinking 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda mixed in warm water first thing in the morning, 5 days a week. At the same time, she made a few small changes, rising slowly from chairs several times a day, eating more protein with breakfast, and taking short walks after lunch, even if just around her house. By week 3, she noticed less stiffness in her knees. By week 5, she felt more stable walking down the porch steps. "I stopped feeling like I had to grab the railing," she said. "That was the moment I knew this wasn't just in my head." Of course, baking soda water alone didn't do it. It was the combination of consistency, movement, and better nutrition that made the difference. But the water gave her something just as powerful: a sense of agency, a small daily action that reminded her she still had control. Eleanor's story is not unique. Across the country, thousands of seniors are rediscovering strength, not through extreme change, but through gentle, intentional routines. That's the lesson here. Your legs don't need to fade away quietly. They can come back to life. They can carry you, not just safely, but proudly, into each new day. And if that sounds like something you'd like to feel again, then you're already halfway there. But before we finish, let's take one last moment to pull everything together, because the most important part isn't just drinking baking soda water. It's what it means for the rest of your life. Let's close with that. Conclusion: strength is still within you. Aging may change our bodies, but it doesn't have to erase our strength. If you felt your legs getting weaker, your balance a little less steady, or your confidence fading with every step, please know this: you are not alone, and it's not too late. What matters now is not what you've lost, but what you choose to do from this moment forward. You don't need to chase miracle cures or wait for a prescription to take charge of your health. Sometimes it starts with something as humble as a glass of water with a pinch of baking soda taken in the quiet of morning. It's not magic, but it is a signal, a message to your body that says, "I still care, I'm still here, and I'm still willing to fight for my strength." And when you pair that small gesture with consistent movement, nourishing food, restful sleep, and daily presence, you build something more powerful than muscle. You build resilience. You build the foundation to stay active, engaged, and independent, not just to avoid a fall, but to keep walking toward the life you still want to live. Eleanor did it, and so can you. This isn't about being young again, it's about being strong for the life you have now. So the next time you stand up, take a deep breath, feel your feet on the ground, and remember, your legs may weaken first, but they don't have to go quietly. With the right care, they can still carry you forward with strength, dignity, and purpose. You're not done walking yet. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.